Welcome back, everyone. Ready for another deep dive.
Always ready.
All right, so this time we're going to tackle something that I found pretty interesting. It's an excerpt that poses this question.
Yeah.
Are Capricorns like natural-born CEOs, or are they just,
Right.
kind of workaholics by nature?
Yeah. It's a fascinating question, and I think the excerpt is really smart to kind of pose it as a question and not necessarily a statement of fact.
Oh, for sure, for sure.
It makes us really think about like the underlying assumptions and the connections between these different ideas.
I know, and it really got me thinking. So
Yeah.
for everyone listening out there, when you hear the word Capricorn, what comes to mind? And we're talking zodiac signs here.
Sure. I mean, generally you think of Capricorns as very ambitious,
Yeah.
hardworking, goal-oriented, responsible.
Right, very driven, right?
Very driven, always striving for success.
Like the classic CEO type, right?
Exactly. They often embody those classic CEO traits, or at least how we perceive them.
Totally. But hold on a sec. Not every Capricorn is out there, founding companies or
Of course.
leading these big corporations, right?
Absolutely.
So that's where it gets kind of interesting. Are we just buying into like this stereotype?
Mm-hmm.
Or is there something more to this whole Capricorn CEO thing?
Right.
And then you think about the image of a typical CEO.
Right.
Long hours, tough choices, always on the go.
Yeah, always on the move.
Is that like a Capricorn trait, or is it just like the nature of the beast?
Oh.
The job itself?
It's a great question, and it really highlights that a lot of CEO positions are incredibly demanding.
Oh, yeah.
They require a huge amount of dedication and often lead to an imbalance between work and personal life.
Right.
So the workaholic CEO stereotype exists for a reason.
Totally. So we've got Capricorns known for their strong work ethic, and then CEOs,
Mm.
often seen as workaholics.
Yeah.
Could this be like a self-fulfilling prophecy,
Oh, definitely.
Are we subconsciously pushing Capricorns towards leadership roles because of these preconceived notions?
That's the million-dollar question, right?
Yeah.
Do certain personality traits, whether they're tied to astrology or not, actually make people more likely to succeed in these high-pressure roles?
Mm-hmm.
Or are we simply seeing what we expect to see, fitting people into boxes based on these astrological stereotypes?
Right. And, it makes me wonder if we're doing this with Capricorns,
Mm-hmm.
are we overlooking potential leaders from other zodiac signs just because they weren't born under that,
Right.
specific sign?
Absolutely. It raises a really interesting point
It does.
about how much do these cultural beliefs, even if we don't fully believe in them, actually shape our perceptions of who's suited for leadership.
It's like we're kind of limiting ourselves.
Exactly. We could be missing out on a lot of talent by sticking to these rigid archetypes.
Yeah. Makes you think.
It really does.
Yeah.
This deep dive has really opened up a can of worms.
It has. So as we go about our day, let's all consider this.
Mm-hmm.
Are we letting birth dates determine destinies? Are we putting too much stock in these astrological signs?
It's something to ponder.
Maybe it's time we look beyond the zodiac and recognize leadership potential wherever it truly exists.
Good. Couldn't agree more.
That's all the time we have for today's deep dive.
Thanks for having me.
Of course, as always, it's been a pleasure.
Likewise.
Until next time,
See ya.
keep those minds open.
Keep him open.
And remember, the scars don't always tell the whole story.
Definitely not.
We'll catch you on the flip side.
See you later.